Hello. Welcome our viewers from all over. We welcome you all for joining us today for another live episode. Um, Today is Sunday, January 6th, and it is exactly 3:50 p.m. I want to say Happy New Year to all of our viewers. I know we haven't seen you guys for a couple weeks, so Happy New Year to you guys all. I hope you guys all have a wonderful holiday and a wonderful New Year's. My name is NANAH, and today we are continuing with the last topic we had, I think 2 weeks ago, about is it okay to have sex before marriage? And again, today's show will be is packed. It's going to be great. I have great guests with me. I have, oh my God, I hope you guys are ready for today's show because it is going to be wonderful. A lot to talk about, so we are going to get started and get on it. Again, if you're just joining us, I just want to say welcome. Please tell us where you're watching us from. We always like to know where you guys are watching us from. Again, you guys can follow us on YouTube. Today we're actually streaming live from YouTube, so follow us on Palace TV live on YouTube and also on Facebook, always Palace TV. Thank you for joining us today. Before we go further, we always like to start with the open prayer. So one of my guests that are here today, Adama, will be saying an open prayer, and then I'll introduce the rest of my guests today. So, Adama, can you please give us a prayer?
Sure. Before I start the prayer, I also want to just pray for Sierra Leoneans and, to the January 6th, and we just want to pray for those that have lost their lives, those during the war, and we thank God for a peaceful independence, and I just want to remember you all in prayer. Thank you. Let's pray.
Amen.
Everlasting Father, we thank you, Lord. We bless you, O God. We give you all the glory and the honor. Father, we thank you for this day, O God. Lord, I lift up Sierra Leoneans unto you, O God. Lord, even those that have lost their life during the war, my Father, I pray you console the families that are still mourning, O God. Lord, I thank you for a peaceful Sierra Leone, O God. We bless you, Lord. Father, as we are about to talk about this topic, my Father, speak through us, O God, as you said unto Jeremiah. Lord, you said, I will put my words in your mouth. My Father, put your words in our mouth this afternoon. In the name of Jesus, we lift up all our viewers unto you. Father, may they not just watch, oh God, but let there be a word for someone this afternoon, oh God. Let someone accept you this afternoon and their lives will never be the same. For in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, Sister Adama, for that wonderful prayer. Again, if you're just joining us, we are continuing on our last topic we were talking about a few weeks ago. Is it okay to have sex before marriage? This is Lover's Corner, and we are coming to you live from Palace TV. We thank you and we welcome you all for joining us today. Please tell us who you are, where you're watching us from, and again, you can watch us on Facebook and on YouTube at Palace TV. Thank you so much for today. God bless you, sister, for that prayer. And again, I really appreciate that you make that reference to Sierra Leone, because I remember that like it was just yesterday, January 6th, when that war started. But by the grace of God, I think it's been over maybe 18 years now since that war ended. So let's hope for a peaceful Sierra Leone and no more war. So thank you, sister. So let me introduce the rest of my guests today. I have Sister Adama, and then Daniel and Sister Stephanie. Guys, thank you for joining us today. Welcome.
Thank
Did
you.
you guys all have a good New Year?
Yeah.
Any New Year story, revolution? You guys want to share?
It's private.
I know the most common is the weight loss.
Weight loss.
I didn't go there this year with
Yeah.
the weight loss. This year I just I'm not going to make any resolution.
Yeah, I just want to be healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
That's always a good one. Daniel, any New Year resolution?
Yeah, I just want to focus.
Just focus
with the things of God.
With things of God.
There you
Yeah,
go.
no, I
That's
agree.
good.
I did pray for that on
Oh,
New
you
Year.
said you have
I did. No, I didn't make any personal revolution, but the only thing I can wish for is just have a deeper relationship with God. That's always a good one.
That's a good
always
one.
a good one. Well, guys, thank you. Welcome for joining us today. I am so happy. I remember when we started this topic a few weeks ago, I told our viewers, we can just not end there. It's such a broad topic, and it would take us weeks and weeks and months to talk about this, because there's so much, because everybody have their own different angle and views, whether it's cultural or personal or individual based or religious views about how they view that. But one thing I want to make sure our viewers know out there, I know we are a roots of God Family Palace, which is our church, but our show that we are coming to you live every Sunday, it is part of the church, but I don't want our viewers to limit their comments or what they say because they are so cautious. It is a church base. No, this show is Palace TV show, and it is we welcome your opinion. We don't want you to limit your opinion on what you said. It's just it's all individual based. Don't think of it, oh, it's a Christian show. No, it is not. It is not. If you haven't get that part from the topic alone, it is not. So please, we welcome your comments. We welcome your views and whatever it is you have to say out there. Please feel free to say it. We welcome it and we want you to say it. I'm going to start with you.
Oh.
You have so much to talk about the last time, and you just keep our viewers intrigued. A couple weeks ago, we had viewers from all over the world that was watching. It was wonderful. We had a great we had a great show. Like people were so engaged in the conversation. People like we couldn't. They didn't want us to end the show, but we had to because we only have an hour show. So we're gonna pick up from where we left off. I'm gonna start with you, Sister Adama. I know you probably have a little bit of. You always have some verses to start with. I'm gonna let you start that. I'm gonna give you the floor.
Oh. Well, we thank God for such another time. Like the last time we were talking about, like, it was good to have sex before marriage, and you know, I came up with a lot of explanation to that. Like some other people said it's good. I want to try and see if my partner is okay. If I want to see if that's what I'm looking for, but you know, I came up with a simple scenario like, so what if you try it and it's not what you wanted? So, and I said, it's not good for few reasons. And I said, first of all, when you had sex with someone, this is a person you want to spend the rest of your life with, it makes no sense for you to rush into the person. I said, there are a lot of things in relationship than sex. There's a lot of things that the two people need to engage in. So, I said it's not advisable. It's not like I would just say, no, it's not good. It's not advisable because it had its side effects. You get into a relationship. I'm not saying a relationship. I told my co-host here, like, we're not talking about a relationship that you just got lost into each other, but something that is going towards the future is like you being into courtship. But I don't want to say much because we got our brother here that is going to be against the motion, but we will see the two sides and see both the advantage and disadvantage of it. He's a guy. He has his own reasons why he think it's good. Like, so I don't want to say that much, but it was just like a brief that to me it's not good and it's not advisable. But my co-guest here will say a lot more.
Yes, and so, I like how you trying to clarify that because we all as individuals have our views of what we think of it.
Sure.
And of course, like she was saying, there's the pros and cons of,
Sure.
of whatever it is. And I'm so glad we have a man here today, so he can tell us from the male perspective
Right.
and what he think of it. And again, the topic today is it good to have sex before marriage? And it's all about your individual views of how you think about that. It has nothing to do with being a Christian or not a Christian. This is all individual based. So like I said, we welcome your opinions. Please, please, I just want to advise our viewers, please share the program. Please, please, please. And again, tell us where you're watching us from. We like to know things. Please, please. We like to know things. And please, please, share. So, Daniel, I've put the topic out there. Is it good to have sex before marriage? Like our sister was saying, she don't want to say it's good or it's bad. She just believes there are pros and cons of it. Meaning there's the negative aspect of what those choices are, and then there's a positive views of whatever those choices are. What do you think as a man? You're in a relationship with a woman. Let me say, like I said, don't even think of it like, oh, we're Christian, stuff like that. No, just as an individual.
Your mind.
Just speak your mind. We want to know.
Right.
What, and then a woman said to you, no, I'm not having sex because we're not married. What, as a guy, as a man, what are your views? What do you think of that?
All right, and then first of all, I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity and having this discussion with you. So thank you for having me on your show. So as she was saying, it's not all about Christianity. We are all young people. So if you guys are out there, those are, oh, these people are Christian, what are they talking about sex before marriage? So like we are all young people. It's like, you know, we are young people. Some people like have different dimensions, different opinion, as she was saying. So for me being a man, I am in a relationship with a lady. Okay, maybe I must, okay, for you to prove that you love me, I want to have sex with you before I can continue with you, or I'm going to be one or two things for you, like, okay, give all what you need. So for me to get back what I'm giving you, I'm going to demand that thing from you. Absolutely. So if I'm spending my money taking you places, doing shopping for you, all those stuff, there is no way you can pay me back. That is the only way you can pay me back, by having sex with you. So but as I'm saying, it's not that we're all Christian, but as Adam was saying, there's a bad and advantage and disadvantage to it. So if I'm in a relationship with you, okay, you're a godly person, oh yes, oh you know that, you know I'm a godly person, I can understand, but I need that. I have spent a lot.
So wait, you equate what you're spending to sex?
No, I'm not trying to equate that what I'm saying.
No, that's how I'm breaking it down. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, this is
I've spent a lot, so you need to pay me back some sort of way, and my payment or my form of payment that I'm asking you for is sex.
Right.
Wow, such a guy.
Wow, okay, he agreed.
Right.
At least he's honest.
I didn't think he was going to agree.
So
wow.
So back to the viewer out there. So those are because I'm dating this lady. She don't give me her, but she don't have sex with me. You're gonna stop to do what you're doing for her. But as a man, I'm talking from my own point of view, not your own view. You have your own opinion. It's based on your opinion. Not oh, this guy is a Christian, but why he is saying that. Don't judge me by what I'm saying. Like, it's just an open and discussion. We discuss it so that people may learn from each other. So a lot of people think that way. So if I was in the world, if I was not a Christian, I might do the same thing. I might do the same thing.
So being a Christian have nothing to do with this.
No, like be a Christian.
Sister Stephanie has something to say. Please join. Please come. I can tell her nose was like, she's like, please join in. She has something to say about that.
Yes.
Please,
Herein lies the problem.
Yes.
When men think that because they're doing something nice for a woman by paying for a meal or taking her out and paying for whatever expenses, you know, that date has, then he feels like there's some sort of repayment that has to take place.
Right.
And in men's eyes, that repayment is sex.
Right.
So this is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. Our whole society is that men feel like they're obligated to get something in return when they do something nice for a female.
Right.
This is where we have all the issues with, what is it called?
Teen pregnancy?
No, rape.
Rape.
You know, I can't think of the word, but not consenting to sex, things like that. That's where the problem is, because men feel that if I'm going to be paying all this money, taking you out and buying you dinner and taking you to the movie, and if I'm paying, then you're going to pay me back.
Right.
And I don't want cash.
I want sex.
I want sex.
Regardless of what that individual view may be.
Correct.
Of, oh, they may not want to have sex before marriage. They
Right.
don't care about that.
They don't
They
care.
don't care about that.
And then that's why I feel like when we're dating, when we're just dating, women should pay for their own. It should.
Right.
The man should, pay for his own meal. The woman should pay for her own meal. So then there's no expectation.
Right.
As soon as he pays for that meal, as soon as
Yes.
he pays for the date, so to speak, then there's some sort of expectation from him.
So, like, when you say that, I know a few weeks ago, Sister Adama, you were making reference to different type of relationship. So is it always better to, in the beginning, to have that clarification of what type of relationship this is?
Yes.
So that way nobody's confused.
Correct.
Whether it's a friendship relationship, is a sexual relationship. So that way, even if if a man do something for me, at least I already told you this is what this relationship is, and it's not gonna move beyond that. Okay, so
I mean, that's all well said and good, but to some men that doesn't even matter.
Mean that is very true.
They still, even though you said, I want this relationship for us to just be friends, then they still feel like if I'm paying for your meal, you're going to give me something.
Right.
So, yeah.
That is interesting.
No, but
we're going to take a break.
Is that true?
Hold your thought.
Am I misrepresenting the male population?
Danielle, hold your thought. We're going to take a few-minute break, and we're going to come back. Let's just take a look at our viewers and see what people are saying. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we will be right back. Let's see. Lenox Blake is watching from Jamaica, and he said hi. Hi, Blake. I can't say the name. Al-Hadi Adom is said good. Okay. Let's see. We have a lot of people watching. From Michaela is watching. Hi, Michaela. Emilia is watching. Hi, Emilia. Florence is watching. Hi, Florence. Adama Mansare. Hi. Thank you guys for watching. Angela Gibbs is watching. Thank you guys for watching. Again, I just Collins Newman is watching. I just want to please ask that you guys do share the program. We don't want you guys to watch it by yourself. Please share the program. Let somebody else involved and join the conversation. Again, you guys can watch us live on YouTube at Palace TV and as well as Facebook at Palace TV. Before we get back to the conversation, I do want to bring up, if you're a member of God Family Palace or you're not, we're starting a 21-day fasting starting tomorrow. And it will be, I believe, 6 to 6 for most people. And then we are meeting at the church at God Family Palace, 2586 Tilo Lane, every day, Monday through Thursday, at 5 p.m. to break our fasting at 6. Again, that's a 21-day fasting that will be starting tomorrow, January 7th. And I believe it's going up till the 27th of January. Again, every day, Monday through Thursday, we're meeting at the Church Palace at 5 p.m. to break our fast. So please join us for that. If you don't belong in a church, we welcome you. As you can see, Our church is so diverse. We have Sierra Leoneans here. We have African American. That just tells you how wonderful our pastor is. He's from Ghana, but he doesn't see no color. He doesn't see no different. So if you don't belong in a church, this is make it your New Year resolution. If you don't have a resolution, make it a resolution to join our church. We meet every Sunday at 10:30 a.m. till 1:30 p.m. And our church address is 2586 Tiller Lane. That's Tiller, Columbus, Ohio. It's right across the street from McDonald's and 270. If you're very good with the Columbus intersection and stuff, please, we welcome everyone. We don't see no different. It's not a Ghanaian church. It's all people's church. I just want to go back to our topic again. Today's topic is it good to have sex before marriage? What are your views? What do you think? Do you have a cultural view of why you don't think it should or you shouldn't? Is it Christian view? Is it a personal view? Is it a chemistry view? Whatever it is, we welcome your comments and conversation. It is exactly 11 minutes past 4, and I'm going to get back to the conversation with my guests, and let's dive in more into the conversation. Please, again, share the program, and thank you all for watching. Okay, let's talk. I was just mentioning.
We ended with
Daniel.
Daniel.
You have something to say.
Right. I got something to say. So, let me just handle the sin Sister Stephanie says, like, when I'm dating you or we go out, you have to pay for your own stuff. Okay, that's gonna be only in America, because we have people out there, they are Africans, they have some other part of the world that they don't have this opportunity. They wholly solely depend on the guy. So like the guy has the sole right over them. So whatever he says, they does, or whatever he says, she does. So if I'm living in Africa or somewhere in Europe or some other part of the world, like, okay, I'm the sole dominant. When I take you out, I'm responsible for you, do everything. So, but at so certain point, there are these ladies or these guys told, like, oh, okay, I don't want this guy to go away from me, so let me just give him what he wants so that I can have him around me. So it's like, sometimes we the men demand from that, but the ladies too, okay, oh, I want to keep him, he's a good guy, so that's the only way I can keep him, by giving him sex. So you know, sometimes say, like, they have to, so if you offer me that, I have no choice, I have to take. I have no choice. I have to take. I have no choice. So as I said, it's a broad topic. It's an open discussion. But so viewer, don't get me wrong. I'm still holy. That don't even mean that I'm not holy, because I'm for emotion. So okay, I have been there, but thank God I'm out of there. So I'm just sharing my experience. So it's just experience I'm sharing, not that I'm doing it now because I'm in the Lord. So you see, so don't get me wrong. So I'm just at the half part. So you see, so like some part of the world, like even here, some people say, okay, oh, for me to keep my relationship, I have to give him what he wants. So that's the only way she can offer me.
And I feel like, and not to interrupt you, I feel like when Sister Stephanie was saying about this is why there's so much increase in rape, and I feel like in some situation, most women do feel like pressure that they do have to give that up, or just because they've been showered with all this goodness by this man, and they feel so much pressure to give in and to have sex, and which is why when a woman feel pressure, there is that increased risks of rape, because whether or not they wholly wants to do that with their whole mind and body and soul, a lot of times, in some cases, we've seen this every day happens. That is why there's so much rape, when females feel like they're pressured to give it in, or he's done so much and he's pressuring me. I have to do this. I have to give in.
Like, I'm not trying to interrupt you, but you know, like what Sister Stephanie is saying. That's the reason why we're bringing this shit up, because those things are still happening.
They do.
And, you know, like what my brother here is saying, This is a lesson to ladies. It's not about the problem with ladies. We too dependent. Like, we want this guy to do everything, and trust me, let's say for instance, so whatever you do, you need a reward for that. So if you're taking too much from this guy, of course he's gonna ask you for something. So, and you were saying something earlier on, when you guys go into a relationship, try to know, because there is no way a guy would just see me and just started doing stuff for me, like without me asking questions. I'll take a break. I know it's good. We all want good things. We all want the stuff. But as a sensible person, or what will I say? I'm not trying because we all need that. I want that. I want my guy to do things for me. But there's always going to be a repercussion at the end of it all. That, like you were saying, oh, I don't want to lose my relationship. But if we start this relationship, we have rules that govern this relationship.
But she also said sometimes you may state specifically what the relationship is and what you want, but that doesn't mean they're going to follow through with that.
But listen, that's why we all need to respect one another's feeling into the relationship. But what Sister Stephanie was saying was right. As a woman, if a man is giving you $10, at least you should be able to give him $2. You should, like, if a man is giving you $10, you should be able as well as a woman to give the man $2. At the end of the day, what does that mean?
He's
like,
giving you 10, but you give him 2.
Like you try. No, what I'm saying, you try to balance the relationship.
Oh.
At the end of the day, you're not just obligated to, because when someone is doing too much for you, when the person asks you for a request, you can say no to. But if you're doing a part of the relationship, I'm doing my part. You cannot take advantage of me.
But if you establish that, you know, if we go out to dinner, we both pay for our own meal.
That's what I'm saying.
We go to a movie, we both pay for our own ticket.
Thank you. So,
like, we do this, we both pay for.
That's what I'm saying.
Let me let's like you guys are taking this stuff in a Christian perspective.
No. That's not
Christian. Well, let me finish, right?
That is not Christian.
You gotta take like a different perspective. All right. Now, what she was saying, okay, if I give her $10, so she might find ways and means. Okay, if I buy her a bottle of water, okay, so today I'm going to buy you a kind of soda. Okay, that's what she's trying to say. But as I said earlier on, not maybe even in America it's not possible. So let's say those are living out of America that they don't have the upper hand, they don't have the opportunity. Like they're going to rely on this guy to take care of them. So that guy is hopefully have the sole dominant or sole control over them. Even there is some rules governing the relationship. Okay, we have to do this, you have to do that for me. But since he said, okay, I'm spending my money, you have to follow my own rules because you have no choice. You have nobody to provide for you.
Take a break, sir. I'm feeling that you're doing this thing for this woman to trap the woman. That's not love.
So,
now, let's just be sincere to one another. If you love me, love entails of a lot of things. I feel like you're trying to use me because I can't afford that. So you're trying to trap me, you're trying to buy me clothes that you know I cannot afford to buy just so that you can find a way to sleep with me. That's not love, that's lust. That's lust. No, I'm not trying like, that's lust. You already know, you're saying, I totally depend on you. I depend on you doesn't mean you should take an advantage of me.
right.
No, if you really love me and you want to make a future with me, this is something you bring down. If I say, oh, sweetheart, this is what I want to do. I want to keep this for you. The only time you should be upset is like when me trying to deprive you from sex and I went ahead and have sex with someone else. Then that's the wrong thing. But if I said I'm going to keep myself to you and with all that try to try my best to be faithful to you, to encourage you, to talk to you, show how much I care about you, I think that should be enough. other than asking for sex.
Yeah, but
I mean, it all depends on what the motive is.
Right.
If a man, you know, and I don't want to jump all over the men, because there are men out there that can, you know, save themselves for marriage and respect women for doing the same.
Yeah.
A lot of men out there that way. But you know,
you're looking for that.
Right, I'm looking for that one too. we have to consider what is the motive.
Yeah.
Once that relationship starts, what is the motive of both people? You know, if the motive of the man is, you know, only reason why I got into this relationship essentially is I want to, you know, I want to have sex with this woman. She looks good. She's sexy. I want to get into bed with her. And then the motive of the woman is, you know, this man is nice. He does nice things for me. He would be a great husband. You're starting off the relationship wrong because his motive, his idea about the relationship is totally different from yours. Yeah. And then ultimately what's going to happen is that she may, you know, forego her beliefs about, you know, saving herself to marriage so that she can keep this man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it just all you, and I'm saying this out of what I've learned in my relationships. You know, I'm divorced, and I've had, you know, some relationships after my divorce and before then, and just thinking about how those relationships started and what my thoughts were versus what the man's thoughts were, and how ultimately those relationships ended because we weren't on the same page, because we didn't have the same goal in mind. So that's what we have to consider going into relationships, especially nowadays when you know, rape is so prevalent and, you know, sexually transmitted diseases, all that sort of stuff.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. We're going to take another few-minute break and read some of this comment. So someone, Richard said, sex before marriage is good. Richard is saying it's good.
Thank you, brother.
It's proof functionality. How will she prove to me that she is sexually active? It will make us feel we are dating, and it shall last knowing that both systems are functioning. So Richard is saying he wants to know that both people are functioning.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah. He's right. You're right. That's the point, brother. You're right.
I want to Richard. I want to say Richard to that. Richard, that's completely wrong. Trust me.
100%.
That's 100% wrong. There's no way you can. Now, women have a lot of things to do. If that's only what you do, that's what you want to know. Women only give you, they allow you to know what they want you to know. So don't have that mentality, please, my brother. And trust me, if that's just a relationship you're looking for to have fun with, is okay. But if you're looking for a relationship, this is the woman. First of all, when you have sex, you people have sex before marriage. It takes a lot of things. It causes lust, distrust into the marriage, distrust, and it's bring about insecurity. So please, my brother, change that mentality, and it's the mind. Sex is the mind. If you have this mindset that, okay, this woman said she's gonna keep herself, okay, take your mind off sex. Take your mind off 15 minutes of Adam said, climax ejaculation, and you're done. No,
what he was saying was that. Wait. I still have the question. Where Nana, he was saying for you. Okay, let's say for instance, okay, you are in a relationship with Richard. Then he keep himself. At the end of the day, you realize that he's not functioning. So what would be After all this years. After all these years. After all these years, I've been waiting. So now that I realize that you are not functioning, so you go to start all over again, look for another relationship. So that's what he's trying to say. So that's what he's trying to say. Yeah, that's what he's going. Like, it's good to have sex to prove my functionality. That's okay. I can function. Yes.
It is.
Yes. So now you get the point.
Wow.
Yes. Right. Now you get the point. So, brother, I'm with you. I'm backing you up. I'm your backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all about the motive. When you say stuff like that, then your ultimate goal is to have sex with this person.
Yeah.
But is that what you? If that's your ultimate goal, then okay. That's your ultimate goal.
Sure.
But if you're saying, I want to have sex with this person so that I know that he or she can have sex and knows how to do it right and is big enough or whatever, then before I get married, then I guarantee you 100% that marriage will never happen and that marriage will never last.
Thank you.
If it does happen.
Sure.
Because if your motive, if your thought is, whether or not I want to have sex with this person before I marry him, like test drive. I want to test drive.
Right. So if this guy is not good, it is okay.
Right. Before
you go to the dealer,
good.
okay, and tell the dealer, I don't want this guy.
I understand what you're saying, but that's not love. That's not love. If your ultimate goal is to marry this person, you love that person no matter what. No matter what, if they can have sex or not, no matter if they have all the equipment or not. True. You love them because you love them, not because of the sex.
This my question. If you wait all these years, now you probably realize, Dana is not functioning at all. Yeah. So I'm going to put myself in that position. Now you're okay. Dana is not functioning.
There are many different ways to satisfy each other sexually.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's many different ways. Just because if a certain body part doesn't function properly, there's other ways. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can't rely on that. You cannot say that that's the ultimate goal. You can't test drive something when it has to do with marriage.
Yeah.
And I'm speaking of marriage. If you just want to be in a relationship and have sex with the person, then go for it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to ultimately marry that person, that sex is going to get in the way.
Yes.
And also, like what both Dana and Richard are saying, if really you want to try, if the person is functioning, okay, we take church out. That's like technology is everywhere. We go to the hospital.
You go to the hospital.
You go to the hospital.
Sometimes the women do that. Sometimes the women say, okay, well, let me see if you are functioning. Not only the men. So sometimes the women push us to that corner.
Why? Are you saying
the women push us to that corner?
Wait. Are you saying this before you get married to them? Or just before you get into a relationship with them? I'm not going to send my person that I'm in a relationship with to the hospital and say, I want to make sure that you function or that you're functioning before we have sex.
What is the hospital going to say?
Exactly.
So, like, that's the
thing. Is going to give you a report saying this man or this woman is functioning.
Your hormones count to good or they're low.
And the body parts are working properly.
I think what Daniel wants to feel.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
It's wrong. Just like I was saying, it's the mind. It's the mind. What's it that someone was saying? If this the person you want to keep this person, it's not just sex.
Yes.
That's like the last time I was saying to my sister, that's so much into a relationship that I said, a man of God says sex is the cheapest when it comes to marriage. There are so many things to deal with. There are so many people that they can have sex at home, go out again and have sex. So what sense does it make?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right.
So the only thing, look beyond sex. Just like what Papa was saying today, what do you see? When you first of all think of going into a relationship, what's your motive?
Yeah.
What's the aim of the relationship?
Yep.
You need someone to build you up. You need someone you want to make a family that wherever the person go, the person can represent you. That's what you should be looking for, because we're talking about marriage. That's what you should be looking for. Now,
but my only thing I have to add to that, and Sister Stephanie, correct me here if I'm wrong. I don't want to be negative here, but I don't think every relationship that you get into is going to lead to marriage.
Correct.
oh
There are
yes,
some relationships that are going to prepare you for that to get to the right person.
Correct.
But I know there are some times when, as females, when we get into a relationship, we have that back in our mind. I'm going to date this person with the hope of this person will be my husband.
Correct.
And we get married.
Right.
But not every relationship is going to lead down to
That
that
is
road.
true. That is true.
So, like, I remember when we did the show a couple weeks ago, someone said, what if you two are in the relationship forever, but the relationship was not
we got a call already.
meant for a marriage level? I
Well,
guess we have
I
a
think-
caller calling.
Okay.
Okay,
No.
we lost the caller. Since people are started calling, I guess I might as well just let our viewers know we do have a phone line, and it's exactly 4:31 p.m. right now. You can call the phone line. That number is 614-423-7188.
Okay.
Hello, caller. Where you calling from, and what's your name? Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Tell them to turn their.
Caller, you need to turn your phone volume down. Yes, I can hear you now. What's your name and where you calling from? Who?
Samuel.
Samuel. Samuel, where you watching us from? Okay, thank you. Okay.
Communication.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
Go that far with her nakedness for me, then that woman loves me. And the woman can say, hey, no, just wait. Now you can't wait for my money, but you can wait for sex. No, I can't tell with that. That's not love. Now you can't, then you are not doing the third part of relationship. And relationship has to be communication, which is very vital. Communicate to each other. The second is concern and caring. Each have to have concern and caring for each other. Then sex. So if I'm doing you are collecting the two parts, they don't do the third part. Then let's break up and wait until they are ready. That's what I'm going to say.
What?
Thank you so much, Samuel, for calling. Thank you so much. We appreciate your comments.
Yeah.
So, first to you, our viewer said, there's no way you can take someone to the hospital to figure out how functioning they are.
Correct.
You talking?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call or hang up.
Oh,
So now
you're talking about Samuel? What you just said?
Yes, Samuel.
Yeah.
Oh,
His concern.
His first concern was for you.
okay.
He said, there's no way you can take someone to the hospital, which is what Sister Stephanie and I were laughing about it.
Okay.
He said there's no way that would tell you anything about how functioning that person is. Do you want to say anything to that?
Oh, well, that was because Dana was emphasizing on, I want to know if the person can function. Oh, I don't want to use the word function, if the person can be active.
Well, I think there's other words for it, but I think,
Right.
you know, and it's not, I don't think he was saying it in the medical sense, but, you know, whether or not you can, you know,
whether you can
do it.
You can do it. Oh, okay. Well, I want to use that point where you were saying that there are a lot of things in a way you would do to make the person know that, oh, this person can do this. There will be a reaction like whenever you people are together. Just as I was saying, it's the mind. If you have this mindset that whenever I want to date someone, I need to know if the person can function. It's in your mind. No matter how people try, they won't change that from you. Take the relationship to another level. Think of another way. You know, like what it was saying, that it takes communication. When people are communicating, you will know. There are times when if the relationship, just as we say, we're talking about different relationships. We're talking about this one that will lead to marriage. Not just to get lost at each other.
That's true.
Through the way you communicate, through the concern, you will know, this thing. People will talk about something that I know, because some women don't like sex. You know, the last time one caller was saying that, like, no matter how you try, that some women, they do just like sex. Through communication, you will know, oh, this is what I like when it comes to sex. This is what I like. This is what I can do. And the woman, that's what I said the last time, that you should be teachable. As the most important thing in a relationship, you two should be able to help each other, because there's nowhere.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a question.
For me or for her?
For you.
All right, I'm ready.
So, if you are in a relationship, and we're talking about sex before marriage, so my idea is that you guys have been talking about marriage and things like that, and maybe sex hasn't come up yet. If you are thinking about marrying a woman and you haven't had sex with her yet, are you saying that you feel like you have to have sex with her in order to know if she can satisfy you, so to speak, before you get married? And then my second part to that question is, if she doesn't satisfy you, then what? Do you break it off then?
Yes. That's a big yes to that question, because the purpose of marrying you is for you to satisfy me in every aspect.
No! You got the whole...
Let me answer your question. Let me answer your question.
Oh my God.
For me, you be my wife is for you to satisfy me. It's for you to satisfy me in that area.
Okay.
So if you cannot satisfy me that way, so even you married to me, there comes I'll be cheating on you, leaving the house, go outside, find somewhere.
I like how honest,
so like
yes.
so someone to satisfy me.
Wow.
So like I cannot say, okay, my wife is not satisfying me, or like, okay, let me just go with it. Then and I need that desire. I want to be satisfied, fully loaded every time. So if I'm not getting that, definitely
that makes me sad.
So definitely, definitely, I'm going to cheat on you. So you see,
that makes me sad.
I'm so sorry. Sister Sam, I want to ask Dana a question. You're talking about satisfy. You being selfish right now. You being self-centered. How? You're just talking about the woman satisfied. What about you?
Exactly. Oh, let me part two.
What about you satisfying the woman? It's for both people to satisfy each other. So, why are you just giving me the load? Like I should satisfy you. What about you?
You don't satisfy her.
Me.
So like the same thing applies to me. So if I'm not man enough to satisfy her, so she's gonna cheat on me, go outside for somewhere else.
Will you walk away? What if she doesn't walk away? What if she feels like she loves you so much that regardless of whether you satisfy her or not, she wants to be with you because she loves you? She doesn't want to be with you because you can satisfy her. She wants to be with you because she loves you. Well, then will you walk away from her then?
It's not going to be possible, because there's a saying that says you cannot serve two masters at the same time. So regardless how much she loves me, if she found somebody out there that satisfy her more than I do, her attention is going to be on that. Right.
Women are, let me tell you about women. We are very, very different.
True.
For us, sex is not the thing that gets us excited or aroused.
Thank you.
It is the things that men do for us.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
For some women.
For
Some women, not
most
all women, some women.
For
Some
most women. Most women feel like if
women
this
these days.
if this man does these things for me, if he comes home and he helps me, you know, clean the house and he's taking care of the children, that's what gets me. That's what satisfies me. It doesn't matter whether or not he can satisfy me in the bed. What's satisfying me, and this is how women's minds think, it's not about the actual physical aspect of sex, it's about all the stuff that comes before that. And that, a lot of times for women, that's, you know, when you actually talk about the act of sex, for some women, that's like the foreplay. That's like what gets them to the point where they want to, where they desire to be with you.
Let me hold on to that. Let me hold you on to that for a second. Let's look, go back to our viewers here and see what they're saying. Queen B Pink said, the Bible says sex without marriage is a sin. But I think it's best to test the water before you go into it.
What?
This is a woman that's saying this.
All right, girl.
This is a woman that's saying
that's
this.
an opinion. Like,
Okay.
Yeah, what do you guys say to that?
But I think people are missing the point because they're putting a stronger emphasis on the sex.
Yep.
Versus the love.
Okay.
Because if you love unconditionally your mate, whether you're married or whatever the case may be, then the act of sex or how good it is or whatever, it's just not going to matter. Okay. It's not going to matter. You see a lot of people out there marrying each other who don't even have the equipment to have sex.
Right.
But they're together because they love each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people out there who are paralyzed from their neck down, which means in men case, it means that body part doesn't work. Right. But somebody, because they love them so much, marries them and they stay with them.
Yeah.
That means the emphasis is on love, not on sex.
I have a question for you, Sister Stephanie, but we're going to take a quick break. Again, just want to thank you all our viewers for watching us. Please tell us where you're watching us from. Share the program again. We're on YouTube. We're streaming today live on YouTube at Palace TV. Also on Facebook at Palace TV. Thank you so much. Share the program. Bless someone. Have someone join the conversation. Our phone lines are open right now. Again, that number is 614-423-7188. Please call and add your views and comments and whatever it is that you think is right or wrong about this topic. We welcome all of your views, and we always appreciate you all. Again, I just want to remind our viewers out there, like I said earlier, we are, as a church, God Family Palace, we are starting a 21-day fasting starting tomorrow on the 7th. And it's a 21-day fasting. It's we will be at church every day, Monday through Thursday, from 5 p.m. to pray and then break our fast at 6. Our Papa, Pastor Joshua, will be here every day, Monday through Thursday. I believe we're skipping Friday because we're not really skipping Friday because Friday we have an all-night service. So we're here at 10:30. 11 o'clock every Fridays anyway. So every day, Monday through Thursday, we're here at the church to break our fast. It is a 21-day fasting that's going starting tomorrow on the 7th all the way to January 27th. Please, if you don't have a home, you don't belong to a church, we welcome you all. Our church is open to everyone, every nation, every color, every race, every background. It is not a Ghanaian church. It is a very welcoming church of all culture, all nations. Yeah. I mean, there is no Ghanaian on this table. There is no Ghanaian on this table. Our pastor is from Ghana, but he's just a wonderful man of God, and he doesn't see no color or anyone. He just welcome everyone as one. So please, our church address is 2586 Taylor Lane, and that's Columbus. Columbus, Ohio, 43231. Please, we're here. We have services every Sunday from 10:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. We have a Friday all-night service that starts from 11 p.m. to 1:30 to 2 o'clock, depending on the flow of the all-night. Please join us for that. We also have on Wednesdays Bible studies that goes from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. So we are pretty busy as a church. Please, if you don't belong anywhere, join us. We would love to have you, especially our viewers that watch us out there. If you don't belong in a church or you don't belong in a family, make our family your family. You will be blessed, and we will welcome you. Thank you again for watching. We appreciate you. As always, again, the phone line is 614-423-7188. Call with your comments and opinions. We welcome them, and we appreciate you all for watching. Thank you so much. Back to my lovely guest. I was going to say, I do have a, Sister Stephanie, just as I don't want to say experience, but as the most adult here on the stage.
The oldest.
With
a lot of experience.
You can just say it. I don't care.
The
more seasoned.
Adults,
yes.
Here up on the stage. When you hear comments from our brother here, Daniel, of what his views are in relationship and what he thinks he wants from a woman based on whatever he thinks he's doing. What do you say to our society or this generation? What do you say? What do you think? Like, because I know this. I'm sure this was not how things were probably in your time. What do you say to society today? Where is society going? Just the way how we think as an individual, what our expectations are. Because for me, I have my take that I would say at the end of the program that would go to the female generally. Because as a female, it's all about how you respect yourself and carry yourself. That's how any man is going to respect you and treat you. Right. But just as a society today, where do you think our society is going with when you hear comments like that from a man perspective? What they think of a lady? I mean, like, what do you have to say?
I mean, I think our society nowadays, it wasn't so much when I was younger, is very sexualized. You know, everything is about sex. What you see on social media, what you see on TV, the programs you watch on TV, you know, you're being inundated with sexual activity and sexualized programming 24/7. So it's hard to not want to do it. You know what I mean? It's very difficult, and it's such a challenge for people who want to save themselves for marriage. But if we're talking about people who are in a relationship and ultimately they want to get married, then I mean it's a decision between those two people as far as what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If the ultimate goal is marriage, then it's the decision between them two. Right. But what I want to caution people on is not making sex the primary focus of that relationship. Right. Because when you do, then, you know, if you get married or whatever, then when the sex dies down, because it will die down, then you don't have the love there. Then what happens? What happens is maybe he or she goes out and tries to seek that pleasure that they were getting at the beginning of the relationship. Then love is gone.
Yes.
You know?
Sister Adama, this question is for you. Do you think just in reality, just thinking about the reality based on what Sister Stephanie just said, do you think those type of relationship even exist anymore, where people are in a relationship where it's not about sex and it's just solely about loving each other in different ways besides sex? Do you, I mean, you're younger, so that's why I want to refer that to you. Do you think like those relationships exist anymore?
Oh, okay, let's get our
Before you
caller.
answer that, let's talk to our caller real quick. Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Again.
Samuel
Is it
again.
Samuel again?
Hi.
Hi, Samuel.
Yeah. I'm just listening to what Sister Stephanie is saying. Just like the question you're asking, Adama. In our generation, I don't think that exists. I don't believe that. In our generation, sex is one thing I believe among we the youth that is paramount. Even though as a Christian, if you think about the Bible, you will say, oh, let's forget about sex. But in general perspective, a woman, I quote you, like for us, we Israelites, apart from Sister Stephanie, we get a particular word, I quote, Nami bon bobowa di sorry for am. These are the words of ladies. Nami bon bobowa di sorry for am. So if a man think about it like that way, hey, ladies always think like that, saying, Nami bon bobowa di sorry for am. Then, what the man will want from you, what the man will want from you first, is for you to prove how much of love you have for the particular guy. And one thing about the way woman can prove a love to a guy is by sex. That nakeding yourself before the person. Because that's the pride of a woman. If woman don't love you, no amount of money you give to that woman will make that woman want to naked herself before you. It's not possible. But only love can take that from a woman to naked herself before a man. So all what the man is thinking now is, if I'm spending my money, at least let this woman prove to me that she loves me. And the only way she can prove, although there are many ways she can prove, but this is one paramount way they can prove. For me to see her nakedness, then I believe this woman loves me.
Okay.
So you see, so with that, I believe that's the way can get for a woman to get a good marriage nowadays. A man must taste before he enters that relationship.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Man has to
What did he say?
A man have to taste.
Before
Thank you so
he
much,
can-
Samuel. So, in regards to, he was listening to that question
Yes.
that I just asked Sister Adama. Because the question, just to rephrase again, I asked Sister Adama,
Yeah.
in our generation today, just the reality, do you think those type of relationship exist where two individuals are in a relationship without no sex for our generation today?
I want to say to someone that
There's none.
and just
because
before you say that, he make a comment in my Sierra Leone language saying most women, I don't know if he was saying African Sierra Leone women, but I
Yeah.
think he was saying
African
women
women.
was
African
saying,
women.
From Sierra Leone, yeah.
from Sierra Leone.
Am
Am I the one that give back to
I
a
didn't
boy?
give birth to that man. I don't have no reason to feel sorry
So
for
for
him.
him.
So I'm going to abuse him and let him take care of me and then don't give him sex. He's saying a lot of women in my country think that way, where they go into a relationship, they use the man for their money or for whatever, and with the mindset, I didn't give birth to him, so I have no reason to
I
feel
don't
sorry
care.
for him. So he said that in my native language.
Yeah,
So-
and I mean, I feel that is the kind of mindset of a lot of young women today.
Yeah.
You know, I'm 55, so it's like my whole mindset
You are
is
beautiful.
totally different.
Oh my God.
Totally
I wish
different.
I looked like you when I'm 55.
But it's totally different. I mean,
Right.
it's like when I at this point in my life, it's like it doesn't really even matter if I'm in a relationship. It doesn't matter. It's, you know, but when I was younger, you know, on my mind was always wanting, you know, I always have to be in a relationship. I always have to have a man, and I'll do whatever it takes to
And
keep
you
that
have
man.
a lot of females that feel that
Yeah.
way. I know females, people that I know personally, who I've never seen them single. They always feel like they have to be in a, I promise you, they always feel like they have to be in a relationship. If they're not in a relationship, they feel like something is wrong with them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like they feel like being with that man makes them a woman, makes them feel like they're active or functioning.
Yeah, yep.
I know a lot of people
Makes them
personally
feel
that I've
alive.
never seen single.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
concerning what Samuel is saying, first of all, it's wrong. Trust me, it's wrong. I'm gonna say, having a sex with someone doesn't prove love. No, it doesn't prove love.
It doesn't.
Okay, now
She's right about
now if we take it in the world, it doesn't prove love. Now, how many people you've had sex with, and after you just had the sex with them, you get tired with them? When it comes to the biblical aspect, let's take of David's children, Tamar and Amnon. Tamar get lost. He get lost over his own sister. Said, I want to have sex with her. I want to sleep with her. He desired the lady so much that he fell sick, so that the lady can bring him food, so that he can add a way to sleep with. The Bible said he loved her endlessly. After he had sex with her, he hated her. The Bible said he hated her more than he used to love her. And even ordered his servants to kick his sister out. That shows that it's not sex. Sex has nothing to do with someone you love, has nothing to prove that I love this person. No.
A lot of men will do that. They'll pursue.
Yes. And when they have the sex,
Right.
and once they have it,
they walk away.
It's like in our
Yeah, so
generation today,
on to the
like,
next one.
that's how they think. Like
They walk
some
away.
Of my notes that I make here, today's generation, they, like Samuel was saying, and what some of it Daniel have said, they wants to feel like they're connected with that person. They have that chemistry with that person. What if they get married and then they're on their honeymoon, and then that first night there's no chemistry? Then what? What do you do? So, like, these are just my little note that I make. For some individual, it's a cultural view. Some culture view this as a taboo to have sex before marriage.
Yeah.
But in our today's society, again, folks wants to have sex. Youth wants to have sex before marriage, because that's the only way they're going to know the person tastes good, like what Samuel said. They taste right. They're functioning. Their money is not going to waste, like what Samuel is saying. You know, there's so much more. It's exactly 4:57 right now. I just want to let our viewers know. Please continue to comment and share the program, and as we are getting close to the end of today's segment, but so please share and comment. We have a few more minutes. I'm going to have my guests say their closing words and advice and what they have to say. I'll have Sister Stephanie go last, since she's the most wiser here, and then I'll have Adam and Daniel say their last word before we leave you guys today. But I promise you, we will come back to this topic. I did promise you guys the last time that this topic is so broad, and I know you guys want to talk about it. I want to talk about it because I want to know. I'm learning.
It's important.
I'm learning from those guys here, what they're saying, and hopefully we all can learn as an individual, and as females especially, what's good for you or what's not good for you. What's your rules, and what's your comfort level is, and what's not. So please continue to comment, continue to share the program. We will continue again this program after today. So you guys don't feel like we're leaving you guys on edge and it's not being concluded. We have so much to say. So let me get back to them so they could say any wise word.
Oh, that's Samuel again.
People don't want to know. Every time when we do this topic, when we say we're going, they start calling.
Yeah.
Caller, what's your name and where you calling from?
Samuel again.
Thank you, brother.
Samuel, I think you should join our show. What do you think?
Yes.
I think you should come here and join our show.
Yeah, our next time.
This is helpful for Adam. Let's, for an instance, if a man and a woman, if like a man and a woman enter in a relationship, then the man be spending money on the woman like that for, like, they say, like 3-6 months, no sex, just like what Adam is saying. Then at the end of it, then the woman decide, no, I'm no longer interested in the relationship. So what the profit of the man? Nothing. So all what gain in the relationship is the woman. So Adam is trying to protect the woman. And it's not fair. You can't just put because you're a lady want to protect the woman. You see, if they enter a relationship after 6 months, the woman say, I don't think I can continue. Maybe another person pop up. See, I don't think I can continue. Then the man have nothing to profit in it. So that's why men are going for, you know what? It's not going to be 50-50, but at least let it be 60, 70 and 30. When the man spends 70% of what his resources, let the woman give 30% of what she has for the man. That's all.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And balance equation.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much, Samuel. Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh. I'm going to say this as I close. Samuel, I'm not protecting the woman. I'm protecting the relationship. I'm protecting for both two people. That was the reason why I give the example that as a woman, if you're the woman doing that, stop. When you're going into a relationship with a man, first of all, know the motive of the relationship. Some men, it will take them, some men will spend on you for 50 years till they get what they want. Some men do that. But first of all, know the motive. That's why I said, as a woman, don't be selfish all the time. If a man is doing some stuff for you, you to be able to do something for him. Tomorrow you have nothing to tell me. So don't just be the one receiving, you the one just receiving all the time. As a woman, if you are in a relationship, let it be vice versa. But trust me, you cannot be saying you're giving me money and have sex with me. Heck no. For my own part. Okay. No. So, and what I want to say, Brother Samuel, please, if you're giving that woman money, you have to first of all know, oh, okay, this is, I want to do, we're talking about a relationship that is heading to marriage. If you're the one going to have me for the rest of my life, you don't need to rush me. We're going to do this till we get tired. I'm begging you. That's the reason we communicate in the relationship. Babe, I'm not going to cheat on you, but I think this is for our own good. Outside the world, if you're a believer, it helps. I always said, engage the relationship into something else. You two should be busy. You should not just be talking about being idle all the time. It's when you two are idly thinking of sex. If you people are busy thinking of something, bring up. There should be initiative. Like you two should be able to bring up something to improve the relationship. What are we going to do to build up the relationship? There should be initiation. But it's when all the time you bring me new clothes. Oh, babe, thank you. I love it. Of course, the man will ask because nobody want to pour his resources on something he's not going to benefit from. But as a woman, if a man is buying you a t-shirt, you to buy him a socks. Please, buy him a socks because to my babe, let's do this. Babe, this is something we're going to do forever. Like, it's good to keep it. I know someone said, it's painful, but it's worth it. It's worth waiting for. If you really love this woman, you're not just looking out her body. Oh, baby, you look sexy. I want to enter you. No. Look beyond that, please, as a man. And stop pressuring us. Oh, those some women do that too. But please, if just in case we are trying to make all of us have a healthy relationship, be in a healthy relationship. I know my brother is against the motion, but at the end of it, it's us, both of us. There'll be a time you say, oh, thank God we wait. Thank God we waited for this time. Please, just in the biblical aspect, I know it's not easy. We all want to explore ourselves. We want to feel each other. That desire is in there. But God will help you get there. Okay. Amen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Danielle.
Yeah.
What's your last word to this?
To my viewers, I just want to say thanks for you guys. You know, in any conversation or any competition, there must be a winner at the end of the day.
We won.
So, like, we're all taking the conversation from different aspects, different culture, different beliefs. So what I'm saying that as an encouraging word, like just be patient, as my sister said. If you want that woman to be your wife, not because I was for the emotion that I'm really for it, but it just for me the conversation be lively or be interested. So we all be we have different culture, different perspective of doing it. So I'm encouraging young guys, young women out there. I'm encouraging young guys, young women out there, if you really need this guy to be your future husband, you guys have to build up the relationship in a godly way. As she said, there's a quote that always said, idle man's brain is the devil's workshop. So when your brain is idle, so like the enemy put all kind of different stuff in it. So what I'm saying, like if you encourage into the word of God, do one or two things that keep busy, you definitely abstain from that. So I'm just encouraging wherever you are, just practice that. You will see the fruit of it.
Thank you, thank you.
It should say good job to us.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot to say, and there's a lot to say.
Yes, that's why we are continuing this program again. So there's so much to say.
I just encourage you to, especially the young folks out there, to, understand why you're in a relationship. If you're wanting to be in a relationship to ultimately marry, then don't have sex as the #1 priority.
Yeah.
Put that on the bottom. Remember and work on all of the things that are important that ultimately come up in a marriage. Sex, does come up, and it is important, but it's not the #1 thing. There's so many aspects of a marriage that if you neglect those things, then the sex is not even going to matter, because you're not even going to want to have sex with that person. So just understand why you're in a relationship. If it's just to have fun, have your fun, whatever the case may be. But if you're in a relationship, and ultimately, and I think that's what we're really focusing on today, is in order to get married, then you have to consider why. You have to consider why you're wanting to get married. Are you wanting to get married to have sex with that person, or are you wanting to get married because you love that person and the love overtakes everything? So keep those types of things in mind. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to, a woman, in a woman's sense, where you feel like you have to provide sex to the person even if you don't want to. And men, don't put yourself in a position where you feel like this woman owes you something after a date or whatever the case may be. Just leave it platonic. If you ultimately end up in a courtship, and courtship really means we are both planning on getting married at some point, then don't put yourself in positions where sex is going to come up. Just, go to functions where there's multiple people, go out to dinner and things like that, and then just say goodbye to each other and go to your separate homes. But there's still so much. There's still so much. I only touched on a little tiny piece of it, but I just encourage you. I encourage you to find your belief system, to communicate with each other, and to really understand what it is that you want out of that relationship, whether it is marriage or whether it's just sex.
Right, right. Just to add to just a little bit to what all three of my guests just said, and mainly, especially Sister Stephanie, what you said, just my own little 2 cents to that, especially to the females. As a woman, my encouragement to you is get yourself educated. Get yourself to where your self-esteem is intact. Get yourself to where you're not depending on anyone.
Right.
And when a woman there's nothing so beautiful when you see an independent woman, an educated woman, a woman whose self-esteem is so intact. When you have all those things in you as a woman, guess what? There's no man who's going to take advantage of you. There's no man, and I don't say situations don't happen. They do happen, but you can speak for yourself. Say what you want, mean what you say, and say what you mean. Right. Be clear into what you're doing and what you're not doing. Let your yes be your yes, and let your no be your no. Right. Be one thing that I always encourage as female is, don't have a self-esteem where don't let nobody take you for granted. Yeah. Don't be an enabler of anybody. Right. And for me, I can't even, as a mom who have daughters, I can't even, I'm glad my mom said that to me and teach me those things, because now I can say those things to my daughters. Right. And educate them and let them have that knowledge of education, be an independent woman where you don't depend on a man to do good things for you. Because when a man meet a independent woman who can do stuff for themselves, they're even scared to talk to that woman. That's true. They really are. True. Because they know, even if I don't do this for her, she's able to do this for herself. Yeah. And that is so attractive than any beauty can combine. Yeah. And it's not about your facial beauty. It's just about your character, your personality, how you carry yourself. Right. Yeah. In my country, in Sierra Leone, they said how you carry yourself, that's how a man is going to buy you. Yeah. Meaning how you put yourself out there, that's in position yourself, that's how that man is going to take you seriously. Wow. And it's very important to know, please, I don't say I have the most perfect self-esteem, but my self-esteem is intact where I don't let nobody take me for granted. And I don't let no mistake that any man, I don't take responsibility for any mistake any man do, because I know I'm doing my part and I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, where if you do stuff on your own, it's going to be on you. I'm not taking that burden on myself saying it's because of something that I did, or I enabling that individual to treat me like this. I don't do that. Right. And by His grace, I pray to God every day. I'm not perfect, but I try my best. Because as a woman, we all have our flaws. Yeah. We all have our mistakes. Right. There are certain things that we do that make this man feel like it's okay to do certain things to us. Which is why there's I don't know if you've heard this, there's a rape case situation in Sierra Leone. Some 11-year-old was raped at Godrich. Wow. It's a place in Sierra Leone. I mean, it happens every day. Yeah. It happens every day. Sad. I mean, you see individual and you don't know how much rape is real. Rape is real. Yeah. And it's quite, you can be in a marriage relationship and get raped. Right? Yeah. You really do. You can be in a relationship that's not a marriage, but in a exclusive relationship and get raped. Because a woman may say, I don't want to do this. Yeah. But just because that man wants to satisfy themselves, they're going to take it anyway. And in my view, I mean, I grew up here in America. My view is that's rape. Yeah. Because I said no. Right. If I'm tired today, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And respect that. But that all comes with the woman who have an intact self-esteem. And they're going to able to communicate clearly what their yes is and what their no is. Right. So that's just my advice to the females. And as always, I'm all about the female. Please educate yourself. Be an independent woman where no man is gonna take you for granted. We thank you for watching us today. We thank you for joining us. We thank you for all those who were involved and participate and engage with us in our conversation. We appreciate you, and may God richly bless all of you, our viewers. Until we meet again next Sunday at 3:30, please be safe out there. Be good to each other and be safe. Don't let nobody take you for granted. That's my advice for you guys today. As we close, and I'll let my sister give us a closing prayer here, and then just want to say thank you all for watching today. Amen. Can you give us a closing prayer right before we go? Sister Stephanie.
Oh, thank you. This was a great conversation, Lord. And I just think you for having this opportunity for us to speak to the people of the world. Essentially, we have people all over the world listening to us, and I just thank you for giving us the opportunity to do that.
Amen.
Lord, I just pray that what we said today can affect someone's lives,
Amen.
whether it's one person or whether it's 100 people, Lord. I just pray that whatever we said today has a great effect on people's lives and helps them to think about relationships and think about how to get into a relationship, and think about once they're in that relationship, what it is that they're going to do and how they're going to move through that relationship into marriage, if that's what they want to do. Lord, I thank you for this church. I thank you for the God's Family Palace and us having this opportunity on Palace TV to share our opinions and share our views with the world, Lord. I thank you for our pastor, Pastor Joshua Boateng, and I thank you for all of the things that he has taught us, so that, you know, we're here and we're knowledgeable and we're wise and we're able to present this information to the world, Lord. Amen. I thank you and I love you and I love everyone out there. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
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 I just want to give a shout out to our producer, our CEO, Richard
Coco.
Rich Coco. Again, there's few comments before we go. Telling my producer to hold on here. Noretta Martinez say, thank you. Pauline Morris said, thanks to the entire team. God bless you. Thanks, Pauline, for that lovely prayer. We appreciate you so much. Queen Pink is watching for the UK. Thank you, Queen P, for joining us today. Kadiatu Mansari joined us. Majula is watching. Hawa Kamara is watching. Sonia, Elizabeth. Thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate it. We love when our church members are watching. We always like that. That gives us such a boost of confidence. So we thank you all for watching. Again, as we go, want to thank our producer today, who's also our CEO, Rich Coco. Thank you so much. Thank you to our daddy, our spiritual father, father to all the fatherless. Oh my God, I can't say enough of this man. I met this man 8 years ago when he started his church, and I'm not perfect, but I know I'm not the NANAH that I used to be yesterday.
Go for
and
that.
that's what I'm grateful for, just because he's doing so much in my life, and I cannot say much about him. Thank you so much, Pastor Joshua. Thank you, Mama Sylvia, his wife, our mommy. God bless you. God richly bless you both for giving us this opportunity to be able to speak our mind, and not just having a church where we worship, but also give us opportunity to connect with individuals in our community and speak about important issues that are affecting our society as a whole. So we really, really appreciate you. We also appreciate our CEO for even coming up with the idea of Palace TV, and that's Rich Coco. Thank you so much, Richard. God richly bless you. God richly bless what you're doing. May God continue to promote you this 2019 and take us all places. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you all. We see you next Sunday at 3:30. God bless you all, and thank you all for watching. Until next